back to Charmin's Kitchen. Hope all my viewers are doing well and keeping safe and having a beautiful Saturday evening. So today I'm going to be sharing my recipe with you guys for Salara. And Salara is something that all Guyanese know of, and if you go to any baker shop or any pastry shop or any snack it or school canteens, you can find Salara, and it's such a sweet, beautiful bread with coconut inside, and it's the way it is, it's beautiful to watch. So today I'm going to be sharing this recipe with you guys. Hope you guys like the step. Hope it bring back some back home memory for each and every one of you, and hope you guys will try this recipe one day. So guys, for the dough that we're gonna make for the Salara, we need to knead the dough with warm water. So in the pot I have 1 cup of warm water, 1 cup of water warming up on the stove, and I think it's hot now, and I want to add half a cup of milk to warm, because we're going to use warm liquid to knead this dough, not cold or room temperature, because it's better to activate the yeast. So the water was like boiling hot, and I add the half a cup of milk in there. So I'm gonna feel the temperature and see if it's ready with my little pinky, and it is warm. So I already turned the stove off. I'm gonna put a little tip of water because it feels too warm, and then I'm gonna show you guys how we activate the yeast. So in the milk and the water, I'm gonna be adding 1 teaspoon of brown sugar to the yeast, because this is gonna help the yeast to activate properly. So I'm gonna add the sugar now. So 1 teaspoon, and I'm using brown sugar. And I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of instant yeast right in there like that. And I'm gonna give it a stir and leave it for a few minutes to activate. You can leave it up to 10 minutes or so, but for me, I never really leave it to sit for a long time. I usually always mix it right away, but I'm gonna leave this to activate a little. And then in here I have 3 cups of flour, and in the 3 cups of flour that I have here, I'm gonna be adding into that 3 tablespoons of soft butter, and I have 1 teaspoon of vegetable shortening. And guys, you don't want this to be cold butter, you want it to be room temperature. So I had it sitting outside for a while, and I'm gonna put this in here, and I will mix that into the dough before I add the yeast into the flour. And in here you can add a pinch of salt, guys, but I'm not gonna add any salt because I'm using salted butter. You can use unsalted, but because I'm not adding salt, I'm using the salted butter. So I'm gonna mix this in so the shortening and the butter can get mixed in well. And then what I'll do, I'm gonna add the yeast that we have in the warm water and milk into here, and we're gonna knead this and let the dough sit for a little. So I'll come back and show you guys that step. So guys, we're gonna knead the dough now for the Salara, and I'm putting the milk and the water and the yeast and everything that I had mixed in there in the dough, and I mean in the flour to knead this to a dough. And remember, in the flour I already have butter, melted butter, and I have some vegetable shortening. So what I want to do, I want to mix this to a nice sticky kind of dough for the Salara, and I'm gonna add a little more pinch of water here, and this is the mixture with the yeast and the water and the milk. And what the milk is gonna do, it's gonna make this bread a nice kind of fluffy, kind of moist kind of bread. And you're gonna, when you bite into the Salara, the bread is gonna be so moist and nice and soft, and in the middle with the filling of the coconut and all the spice and that, it's gonna be a very, very beautiful, nice flavor. So this is a very, very nice thing that we grew up on, like a snack back home, and we used to call it Salara or red cake, I remember, because you'll see the reason why. And for all my Guyanese friends and family who are watching, they will know exactly when I say Salara what I mean. And those of you who never heard of it, you'll see at the end of this dish, at the end of this, how beautiful this bread, how beautiful it is. And you're gonna want to really try this because it's something that we can remember in our childhood. When you go to any baker shop or any pastry shop, they will have this, and sometimes they change the color up. It's well known for me with the red filling, but sometimes people make it with the green filling, and I've seen the yellow filling as well. I know Jessica's gonna love the yellow filling, but to me, if you don't put the red filling, it doesn't really look like Salara or red cake. So you have to put that. So I'm gonna finish kneading up this dough, and for when you want to know when the dough is done, it's gonna be so nice and smooth, and it's gonna be very, very soft and smooth. Like there won't be any crumbly thing looking or showing around it. And for this dough, we have to give it a good kneading before I leave it to sit. So I'm gonna keep working the dough, and you guys know how much I like to knead dough. But if you have a dough mixer, or if you have a food processor, you can certainly mix your dough in there. But I don't mind mixing my dough by hand because I have a very nice feeling when I mix or knead dough. I really like the texture of flour when I'm kneading. So guys, I'm gonna keep kneading this, and then I'll show you guys when I finish. Guys, the dough is done mixing. I give it a good knead out of that. I get a good knead out of that dough, and so I finish, and I'm putting it in like that. I put some flour at the bottom so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna cover with some saran wrap and leave it. What you want to do is leave your dough in a nice warm place and not somewhere where it's too cold. So I'm gonna leave it for about an hour or more if I can. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna prepare the coconut for the filling. So I will cover this and leave it in a nice warm place. The microwave, I usually like to keep mine in, or the oven, but anywhere that will make it rise as soon as can be. Guys, how to open this coconut. And I know many of my Guyanese friends who probably leave Guyana when they were very, very little didn't had a chance to learn how to open one of these, or probably some of you still know how to open them, but I'm gonna show, and for some of my viewers who are not Guyanese, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is a dry coconut, and this is how it looks, and you can find them in the grocery store now. The most popular place anybody can find them is in Walmart. So before you buy them, you want to shake them, and you want to make sure that you can hear some water shaking inside, and that's when you know it's a good one. Or if it's heavy, if it's light, it's no good because the water is already dried up and the inside is probably not good. But two things that I can remember, if it's heavy, and if you can hear water when you shake it. So in front of the coconut usually have these 3 eyes, or 3 little round dots. And to open it, you want to take like a pointed knife or a wine opener, and you just want to put it in the one that have the most widest eye. And I'm gonna choose this one. You see it went right in. And this is not really how you open it, but this is to get the water out, because when you break it, the water is gonna fall out. So my kids and myself and my husband like to drink this water. So I can tell that this is a good one right away. from the way I open it, and you can see some of the whiteness from the coconut inside, and that's what we're gonna use. So Jessica here is gonna, she's asking me to drink the water, so she's gonna put a straw in here and she'll show you guys how you get the water out, or you can probably turn it upside down in a cup or a glass and you can get it that way, but she's gonna show you. So I'm gonna take the camera from her and then she'll show you guys. So guys, she's taking a straw and she's using a metal straw, and that's how you put it into here, and then she's drinking the coconut water in there. How does it taste?
Yummy!
So guys, another way to tell if the coconut is bad, you just want to make a quick little sip, and if the water is not sweet and nice and fresh, and if it's a kind of a sour kind of taste, you know the coconut is bad. You don't want to use it in any of your dish because it will make whatever you're making tastes very bad and soury. But if the water is sweet and nice and fresh, you know that's a good coconut. But I'll open it up and show you guys how we can really tell and how it looks in the inside. Guys, I have one of my cutter, and you have to get like a heavy one, or you need like a hammer. And what you want to do, just don't come too close before I accidentally hit you, and then you just want to hit it on the same spot, because I'm grating it with a sit down grater. So I want to have it like round in two halves. So what you want to do is keep hitting around and around like that, and then you're gonna get this. Look at that. It is so beautiful, so perfect. So I'm gonna be grating these on my sit down grater, and this one have the hole from what we made to take out the water. And if this is not enough, I have another one. I'm gonna use maybe half more, so I have enough time while I'm preparing the coconut for the dough to rise. So I'm gonna go grate this, and then I will, if I need more, I'll come right back and do another one. Guys, this is the coconut grated on a sit down grater. You can actually use a hand grater, one of those box grater, to do it, but I like the texture as it is here, like stringy looking kind of texture. And guys, this is 1.5 coconut. I had to break another one, but I'll measure it in a cup and let you guys know how many cups of coconut we have. And if you want to see how to grate the coconut on a sit down grater, I did this before in my coconut cake recipe. So check out my coconut cake recipe. You will see how I grate it on a sit down grater. But like I said, you can always use a hand grater as well. So I'm gonna try to measure this and let you guys know how much to the exact we're using. So I said it was 1.5 cups of 1.5 coconut, and this is 1 cup. I'm gonna put it in my pan because I just want to cook it a little on the stove. And this one here is 2 cups, and then I'm gonna see how much I get from here. This is 3 cups, and then so all together, out of the 1.5 coconut, we have 4 cups of coconut, grated coconut. And guys, this is the freshly grated coconut. You can use sweetened coconut that you buy from the store in the pack if you don't have coconut, or where you live there's no access to coconut. So you can always use the sweetened coconut in the pack that you can buy from the store. But guys, I usually see these and I like to do it myself, so I don't mind grating it myself. So I'm gonna add into the coconut all the other ingredients, and then I'll cook it up on the stove a little, but I'll show you guys. I just want to wash my hands. And guys, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. We want to flavor up the coconut, so I'm adding that right now. And this is the ground cinnamon I'm adding. And you can add ginger, you can add nutmeg and different kind of spices, but today I'm just gonna use the cinnamon because I don't want to put too much flavor for the flavor of the coconut to lose its taste of what we're looking for. And I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract right in here. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that's 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And we're gonna put into here, we have to sweeten it because This coconut cake is a sweet treat. So I'm gonna add sugar, and I'm gonna add a cup of brown sugar, but I'm gonna watch and see, because this is 4 cups of coconut, how this is gonna be. I'll actually taste it. So I'm adding 1 cup of sugar. I think this is enough, and I'll taste it as we go. So I'm gonna start the stove, and we don't want to cook this too much. Just don't brace yourself to the stove, or else you're gonna get burned, and I don't want that. So I will add, I'm not gonna cook this up too much. I just want to mix in just for the sugar to melt a little and give it that nice sticky glaze on the coconut. So we'll mix this up, and when you put sugar into anything and you cook it up a little, you'll get a nice shiny kind of beautiful looking color on the coconut. So look at that, guys, so beautiful, right? So I'm gonna mix in. Looks like the sugar is all coated into the coconut. And then what we're gonna do now, what make this Salara the real deal, you have to put some red food coloring. And I'm gonna add my red food coloring now. You can add how much you like and how much you want your color to be, but I'm gonna look at how the color is, because to me the red, the richer the red is in this Salara, is the better for the Salara. So I have 1 teaspoon of red food coloring, and it is the powder one I'm using. So I'm gonna mix this in and see how it looks before I add anything else. I don't want to put too much because I won't be able to take it out. So and I can hear the coconut starting to sizzle in the pan. So I'm gonna stir this up, and while you're stirring it up, the color of the coloring will get into every part of the coconut. Guys, this was something I remember growing up, and a lot of my Guyanese friends and family will remember Salara growing up as well, because this will be a very common thing when you go to the bakery or you go to the pastry shop
or parties.
Yeah, or some kind of Christmas celebration. They will have Salara, or any kind of snacket, right? We used to call those snackets that you find in the market area, in your school canteen and all that. You will find Salara there. And I remember when you get a freshly baked Salara, oh my god, and the coconut part is nice and juicy. It used to be the best one. So today we're gonna get that, because I don't think I have to add more. I'm not gonna add more of the food coloring, because this is a very nice rich color we have here. So I'm gonna keep stirring this, because some of it is not properly mixed in, and I'm just gonna make it to like a sticky kind of nice consistency, and then I will take it off and let it cool down. By the time then, my dough should be ready by the time this is nice and cold, and then we can fill it in and start baking it. But guys, this here was an all times Guyanese favorite. So guys, this is done. You don't have to overcook it, because this is gonna get put into the oven to cook again with the dough and with the bread actually. And you don't want to overcook, because it's gonna cook again. But if you look at it, you can tell that it's cooked a little. Yeah, Jess. So you see how that nice shiny, and look at the bottom. Let me show you, Jess. If you look here, you can see it's wet, like wet kind of consistency. This is because the sugar crystal is melting from the heat, and it's caramelizing into the coconut. And with I taste it, guys, with the vanilla extract and the brown sugar and cinnamon, it tastes so amazing. And guys, this is so beautiful. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn off the stove, let it cool down, and then when we're putting it, like wrapping it, we'll show you guys how we do that. Okay guys, so we're gonna check our flour, our dough. Oh my god, and it's nicely raised and double in size, and it looks so poofy, so good. I just can't wait to punch it now. So I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna roll it off, guys. This is a big huge dough. I already cleaned my counter before I put this bowl up here because I'm going to be rolling it off. So what I'll do now, I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut the dough in half so I can work with half dough at a time. So let me do that. And I'm going to make 2 of them because I don't have big long pan to make it big and long. So I'm going to use half for one and half for the other one. So right now, and this dough, I said you can leave it out for half an hour or more. The more long you leave the dough to sit is the better. So guys, I did actually leave it for longer than half an hour. So by the time I get my coconut grated and mixed and cook a little bit on the stove, it was way past 1 hour. So it's probably 2 hours or more. And actually, I didn't do it right away after I finished with the coconut. So now I'm gonna roll this into a rectangle shape, and then I will put the filling onto here. So as you know, our filling is already done, and let me just roll this off now. So Jess, you're a little bit too close to me, and I don't want to hit you in your tummy every time my hand is rolling out the dough. So I'm gonna make a nice big rectangle, and I will show you guys when I finish what we're looking for with the dough. So guys, this is the time when we're gonna add our delicious, beautiful red coconut in the middle, and you just want to spread it out as nicely as you can, and you want to make sure that it gets evenly spread all over, because this, when we roll the ends, and I can see a piece of coconut here this is from the coconut shell, and I'm gonna make sure that I get it all over, and that we're gonna have, when we cut this Salara, we're gonna find this beautiful red inside of the coconut all over in every layer of the Salara. So guys, let me layer this and I'll come right back and show you guys. So guys, I filled as much as I can fill it, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna roll this because we're making it into a long loaf kind of shape. But the problem is I don't have a pan this long, so I have to be careful how I'm folding this. I guess I roll it out too much because I don't have a long baking dish. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna nicely pick it up from the thing and roll it like this much. And then I'm gonna do another roll. And then I will have to pick it up first and then do another roll like that, and then I'm gonna take this end here and then I'm gonna fold it over here. And then what I want to do now is that I want to squeeze in the ends so the fold is not gonna open or burst, and the juiciness from the coconut it's gonna stay in here and not pour out or run out into the pan, the baking pan. So you want to seal the edges, and this is a very soft dough, guys. It's so soft. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pinch down the edges so everything is gonna stay in there, all the juices and all the flavor. And I'm gonna do the same for this end. And guys, look at that. This reminds me of my grandma on Christmas time. She would light up her big old yard oven, not old, but her big huge yard oven that she had, and she would make fruit cake, sponge cake, buns, and she would make Salara, and I can so freshly remember how they used to make it. So now I'm gonna put this into my baking dish, and my baking dish I've put some parchment paper on the bottom, and like I said, guys, I don't have a long enough pan, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do here, but I'll come back and show you guys. Okay guys, So the problem is with me is that I make the loaf too big for this Salara, and now I don't have a pan that can fit it. But I had one of these brand new tin foil pan downstairs, and I cut the ends to make it longer, but it still couldn't work, and I add a piece of foil paper on the other end so I can make this fit. So guys, please, if you run into a situation like that, just think about the best way that you can make things work, because I didn't know, or I don't have any pan as big as this. I should have cut the dough a little bit smaller, but I already made it, and I don't want to cut it in half because I want to cut it when it's done. So this was my this was my way of making it fit. So I put a piece of foil paper here. I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper, and then I make something for it to fit on. So I'm going to make the other one a little bit shorter. But before I do that, I'm going to put some egg wash on this. But I want to put another piece of parchment paper here. And then I'll show you guys when I put the egg wash. And then we'll come back to the next one. I'm going to put the egg wash on this one. And then I'm going to roll out and put this one in the oven. And then I'm going to roll out the other one and put it in right after that. They take like 20 minutes to cook. And we're just gonna put one before the other one because my oven is ready. And guys, I'm not only making the Salara tonight, but I also made a pan to make the Salara in. So I'm very what I must say, creative, I guess, because lucky I have one of these extra foil pan. I don't like to cook in foil pan, but I had it just like if I'm going out somewhere and I have to bring a dish, I usually bring it in one of those. So luckily I had one. So I'm gonna put this in while I'm rolling off the other one, and then I'll come back and show you guys. Okay guys, so the first one is done. And like I said, this was a long one. I didn't even have a pan for this one, and you can see the juice for the coconut was running out at this part. This is going to be a nice and juicy one, but we cannot cut it when it's hot, so I'm going to let it cool down. By the time then the other one is going to be finished, and then I'll cut it and show you guys the beautiful inside of the Salara. This is the big one that I had to make my own long pan. So don't feel afraid guys when you make something and it's not the way you want it to be. Just do whatever you can to do it the best way you can. So I made mine so long, the Salara so long, that I didn't have a pan to fit it. So I actually had to make a pan anyways. I know this is the moment everybody was waiting for. It's not as cold that I want it to be, but I can't wait anymore. So I'm gonna cut it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it in half and then put it into this dish because it's, oh wow, look at that. Wait, Jess, I don't know if you can see it well, but look at that. It's just juicing out everywhere. So I'm gonna cut the rest, and I'm gonna show you guys how it looks, and we're gonna make some slices. And we're gonna show as we cut. Look at that, Jessica. So show the whole thing, Jess, not piece only, yeah. And we are gonna cut enough for us to have a piece each tonight. And I like it when it's a day or more older, then everything is like soaked into it and it tastes like more flavorful. So I'm gonna cut a piece. I know my husband is not gonna eat any tonight, so I already made tea, and we're gonna have, me and the kids, we're gonna have one piece each. But guys, look at that. Look at that. Can you see, Jess?
Yes.
Look how beautiful that is. Guys, it's actually a beautiful, beautiful bread rolled with sweet coconut in the inside. And your family would love it with a cup of tea, or they would love to have it as a snack. So guys, I hope you guys can try this recipe. It's not hard. It's just like when you're making bread. but you're just adding that extra coconut inside. And like I said, if you don't have the whole fresh coconut, you can use the sweetened coconut that you can buy in the store, and then you can use that and color it. But you can change it up and make it the best way you can. I know the kids can't wait, so I'm gonna taste and let you guys know, and then I will come back and show you guys the taste part.
Yummy!
I have my cup of tea that I made earlier to eat with the Salara, and I'm just gonna bite in. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can make individual ones, but I just wanted to show you guys when you cut it in the inside how beautiful they are. So I'm gonna taste now. We actually make 2 of them. So this is the longer one, and we have another one that's really super hot right now. But I'm gonna taste and let you guys know how this tastes. So guys, I'm gonna dig in, and this bite is for all my viewers and all my subscribers who always have the patience to sit and watch my videos. So thumbs up to you guys. And I'm gonna take my bite now. This is so soft, guys. Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. And the coconut filling, guys, is so nice and sweet, and you can taste the hint of the cinnamon, and you can taste the freshness of the coconut, guys. All those who love coconut and any kinds of sweet with coconut, you will enjoy this. The bread is so soft, like my teeth went right into it. And guys, with that sweet coconut in every layer, it's such an amazing, amazing flavor. So guys, I just want to say, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. If you haven't subscribed to any of my video, please do so. You only have to subscribe to 1, and that's it, no other time. If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. Until then, please stay safe. You and your family keep safe and well. Bye for now.